Welcome back to Morning Live. 23 Voices of Adopted Youth is a powerful glimpse of adopted youth's thoughts and how adoption has impacted their lives. Longtime social worker and author Lori Rossove joins us from Ottawa, sharing those 23 stories. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning, Bob. Thank you so much for having me.
Was there a common thread among these 23 individuals? And did you have any aha moment during the writing process?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. You know what? These 23 youth, they really understood what was impacting them when they were given the platform to speak about their thoughts about adoption, when they were given a safe platform. And when I was interviewing them, I realized a lot of what they were saying was applying to all youth, not just adopted youth. And then I realized that all parents and all caregivers really need to hear what their youth are saying. They have very profound self-aware thoughts. And so I'm hoping that this book, 23 Voices of Youth, applies to, of course, adoptive parents, adoptees, but all parents and caregivers who are engaged with youth in some way to really understand their thoughts.
Yeah, from your lens and experience, what kind of advice can you offer up in terms of dealing with the anxiety in these present times?
Yeah, and you know, again, if we speak about adopted youth, we can talk about a significant sense of loss, confusion about identity, maybe feeling different from peers, and a helplessness about life choices. And of course, today and the past year and a half, youth in general dealing with the pandemic have been dealing with all of that, the social isolation, confusion about identity, and helplessness. And parents and caregivers need to give the youth the platform to speak. And when I say that, I mean a very safe space to ask them questions, guide them, let them know it's safe to speak. And if we're talking about parents, you know, spend time with your kids and sometimes give them space not to talk because that's equally important. And let them know that they're resilient and talk about what they've survived so far and encourage them. Okay, you've survived this so far. What are we going to do together to get through the rest of this? The resilience piece, Bob, is really important to remind you that they are actually resilient. They've accomplished so much already. So that's what I would strongly suggest.
Yeah, those supports are so important. It is a complicated relationship, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It's a complicated relationship. Are you referring to parents and
well, with the adopted children, yes, and there's so much to navigate. And I'm wondering, with the new technologies and services available like Ancestry.ca and 23andMe, and not related to 23 Voices, but the need or desire to inquire about birth parents in Ancestry, or is that shut off, or is it a split?
I would say more of the adoptees are interested. At a minimum, they're curious, okay? At a maximum, they really want to connect. But I would say not all of them in the book had this burning desire to connect with birth parents, but the majority did have an interest, like I said, at a minimum. And it's important to know, it's very important for parents and caregivers to know that that can vary as youth, as adoptees get older. What they say at 14, 15, 16, 17,
Yeah.
you know, early
Right.
20s, that can be very different depending on where they're at in their
Yeah,
lives.
we have seconds left. What's the age ranges among these 23 voices?
16 to 26.
Yeah, and again, very interesting perspectives. We're going to connect your website at chch.com for more information on how to get this book.
Amazing, amazing. And it is on all e-reader platforms through Amazon and any independent store. Anybody can.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Lori Rossove.
Thank you.
When it's Friday